You are getting ready to listen to the voice of Dr. Rhadi Ferguson, 2004 Olympian, four-time national judo champion, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, author, speaker, and coach.
What's going on? This is Dr. Rhadi Ferguson, and welcome to another edition of Coffee with Rhadi. Today I want to talk to you about something that I really learned in the sport of judo. I've had the opportunity to own my own judo club and to coach. I've also had the opportunity to play judo at a high level, to travel internationally, to go to the Olympic Games, to also coach judo at a really high level at the World Championships, Junior World Championships, the Cadet World Championships, and to hold an international coaching position with the Bahamas Judo Federation. And I can tell you this, nothing upsets a judo player more than getting thrown. And it takes time to understand that getting thrown is part of the process and that falling is not failing. When you coach young kids at the ages of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, when they get thrown in practice, sometimes they cry. When they get thrown in the tournaments, they cry because they think because they fell down that they have failed, or that because they have been thrown that they should be thrown away. And what you have to remember in life is that just because you fell down for a moment does not mean that you have failed. And we all have to understand that failure, even people say failure is not an option. No, failure is an option. Failure is an option. When you do things, failure is an option. But failure is the last thing that happens when nothing else can happen. Failure is the last thing. It's the last thing. Like if you play the whole season and you lose the championship at the end, you can say, hey man, we failed. I mean, there's no other game. That's it. That's it. Like failure happens at the end. But failure is an option. And let me tell you something. You have to fail sometimes. But every time you fall, it does not mean that you have failed. And a lot of people, especially young people, and it's unfortunate, old people get this too, or people who are more mature, they think that every time they fall down, they have failed. Hey, you just fell down. You scraped yourself or you scraped your ego. Brush yourself off, get yourself back up, get back on the horse, get back in the game, and continue. And let me tell you something about failure so that you really, really get it. It only happens in your mind. It only happens in your mind. Don't accept that. Don't allow it to consume you. Because what happens is people personalize failure. They say, well, I'm a failure. Or so-and-so is a failure. That's not true. That person fell down. I remember my grandfather used to say this. He used to talk about somebody, he used to say, oh man, so-and-so is just a little bit down on his luck. That's it. He just fell down for a little bit and he'll be back. And I'm telling you right now, I've experienced some rough things in life, some rough spots, some rough patches, some things that have knocked me down. You have also experienced those things. You've experienced them personally, emotionally, academically. You've experienced them in your love life. You've experienced them in your financial life. But just understand that you fell down. And the hardest part about falling down is not going down. The hardest part about falling down is standing back up and dealing with the things that knocked you down. Let me tell you this. You can handle it. The reason why it was given to you is because you were built for it. I'll say it again. The reason why it was given to you is because you were built for it. So go forth and handle it. This is Dr. Ferguson. Have a super fantastic day. And remember, I love you, but God loves you best. And just because you fell down doesn't mean you're a failure. Don't confuse falling and failure.